What's up, everybody? Straw Hats Are Cool here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be hopping back on the sim to look at another deck that I'm pretty excited to be running in OP04. This is going to be Mono Blue Crocodile. Mono Blue Crocodile is not a new leader to set 4. In fact, has been around since the very beginning of the game, introduced during the Super pre-releases, but he's one of the first starter deck leaders, and he's gotten a lot of new support in set 4 that really helps the deck out. So excited to talk about that. But real quick before we get into the video, as always, if you're enjoying the content, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. We're getting pretty close to 500 subscribers now, about 450 at the time of this recording. And it would mean a lot to me to hit that milestone so soon. So if you're enjoying the content, please do consider supporting the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Got a lot more content planned in the future, and we'll definitely be getting back on the tabletop gameplay grind as soon as set 4 launches. Got a busy couple weekends coming up with pre-releases, and then I'll be going to the Knoxville regional following weekend, so probably won't have any tabletop gameplay videos until after that, but by that time set 4 will be legal and we'll be grinding out lots of content there. So I hope you look forward to that. Before we get into today's video, I do want to announce the winner of the giveaway that we announced last week. So the winner of the 2 starter decks, one ST08 and ST09, is going to be Han Poke. So congratulations to Han Poke. If you watch the video, please reach out to me over Twitter, and we will get shipping and tracking for that arranged for you, so long as that you are located within the United States. If not, we'll try and work out some sort of compensation prize and then do another raffle for the giveaway. You've got until next Monday to reach out to me for the giveaway. So congratulations again to Han Poke. I think Fujitora is a pretty cool leader. Unfortunately, hasn't seen a whole lot of competitive success, though I do think it was relatively unexplored. So maybe we can cook something up, and I'll probably do a video on him at some point, because I think he's a pretty cool leader. So that, let's get into the deck profile. I'm going to try and make this one a little shorter. So Mono Croc is one of the best generic blue leaders with the effect Dawn -4, return up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less to its owner's hand. So essentially just towards the end game can allow you to get around some bigger blockers or just prevent your opponent from getting attacks in. Is a little taxing at -4 Dawn, but at the end of the game you can usually get away with it. Just allows you to maintain board control over your opponent. It's definitely just a very solid effect all around. It's got 2 copies of Alvida, just one of our 2K counters. It's got an effect that can bounce a 3 cost or lower to hand when attacking by trashing 1 card. Not a card we're trying to play, but sometimes in a pinch we do play it, and the effect's not terrible. 4 copies of Mihawk. Definitely pick up your copies of Mihawk now. They're already going up quite a bit, and looking even towards set 5, it's going to be a card that continues to see a lot of play. And if you want to run the Mono Blue Croc deck, you're also going to want 4 copies. So recommend picking those up now if you haven't already. Just your 9 cost, 9,000 power, and then bottom of 7 or less. So big body and great board control. Definitely gets even better in set 5 though with the Sakazuki. So definitely pick these up if you have any interest in playing blue. Definitely one of the best cards in blue for sure. We got 4 copies of Kuma. It's a card that's seen a bit of play in Doflamingo and again in some other blue decks. We're going to be running the 4 copies because we are going to be running quite a few Pacifista, and Kuma has blocker as well as the on KO that allows us to play a Pacifista for cost of 4 or less from hand without paying its cost. So really strong effect there. We've got our 2 copies of the blocker Pacifista, just a 4 cost 5k blocker, which means we can play it for free off of Kuma when he dies. And then we've also got the vanilla 4/6 Pacifista, which we can also play for free off of Kuma. We've got 4 copies of Miss All Sunday. This is a 3 cost 1000 power blocker, so expensive for the stat line, but it's got an other effect that is also really powerful, which states that if our leader has Broke Works in its types, we can return up to 1 event card from trash to hand. And as we'll get into in a minute, we're running a lot of really powerful event cards in this deck. We got 2 copies of Kaya, or not 2, we got 4 copies of Kaya. This is a 2k counter, one of the best ones in blue in my opinion. And I'm running this one at 4 because we are running a lot of cards without counter, and sometimes our hand can get bricked up. This just gives us the option to hopefully filter those cards out of our hand. We've got 4 copies of Soga King. This is a 7 cost 6000 power 1k counter. And again, it's got an effect similar to Kaya, where it allows us to filter, but it also, in addition to that, allows us to bounce a 6 cost or lower character to hand. So again, more board control, more tempo in our favor. So all about what we're trying to do. Again, this is another card that I can see going up in price quite a bit here pretty soon. So if you don't have your 4 copies of Soga King, I would highly recommend you pick them up now. Then we've got our 2 copies of Ulti. This is a new card from set 4, a 3 cost 4000 power with 1k counter, and Dawn 1, when attacking, return up to 1 cost 2 or lower character to its owner's hand or bottom of the deck. So this is great against decks like Zoro and Law, allowing you to get a 5k attack in as well as controlling the opponent's board. And the fact that you can bounce it to the bottom of the deck is really good. So really like this card. May even consider running more than 2 copies, but just trying it out for now. Next up, we've got 3 copies of the new blue boss monster. This is Kato, a 10 cost 12,000 power character with the on play, return up to 1 character that costs 8 or less, and up to 1 character that costs 3 or less to the owner's hand. So again, this is just a huge tempo swing card, allowing you to bounce 2 things back to the owner's hand. So one cool thing you can do with this card is, say maybe you had to play something like your Kaya to filter out your hand. You can play Kaito to bounce one of your opponent's 8 cost or lower characters, and then your own Kaya back to hand so that you have it as counter. So it's not just restricted to your opponents, and if you can kind of mix and match, do one or the other. So definitely a strong effect, and I really like this one. So excited to be picking up my copies of Kaito. We've got Sasaki, which is a new 2k counter, 3 cost 4000 power, and the on play to return all cards to your deck and shuffle your deck, and then draw cards equal to the number of cards returned to deck. So similar to Kaya is another card that we can use to cycle our hand if we're kind of bricked up. But this one's also a 4000 power body, which isn't terrible for 3 cost, can attack for just 1 Dawn against most leaders. So definitely a good inclusion for blue and a 2k counter that a lot of the blue decks will be running moving forward. Next up is Sentomaru. This is a 3 cost 4000 power 1000 counter character with a Dawn 1 activate main once per turn. You can pay 2 Dawn and search your deck for a Pacifista and play it. So really powerful card. If you can get it out early, it allows you to build your board without losing hand advantage. And then something you can attack with as well. So because we're running the Pacifista engine, we are also running this in Sentomaru. Just really powerful card that allows you to cheat out these bigger 6k bodies for only 3 Dawn essentially. I already talked about the Pacifista, so let's get into our events real quick. We are running 3 copies of 3000 Worlds. This is a 4-cost event with main, place 1 character with a cost of 5 or less at the bottom of the deck. Just some more removal. Definitely a good card that Blue got in set 3 as some much needed removal. Also has a trigger to place 1 character with a cost of 5 or less at the bottom of its owner's deck. Next up, we've got Red Rock. Red Rock is a new event introduced in set 4, and this is an extremely powerful card with the effect for 6 Dawn. You can return any character to the bottom of its owner's deck. So, against really powerful cards like the 10-drop Big Mom, 9-cost Newgate, the 10-drop Doflamingo from set 4, this just says nope and sends it to the bottom of the deck. It is 6 Dawn, which does mean you won't have a lot of Dawn left to make other plays, but if your opponent has to tap out to play their character and you can play this and still have things to do, just a really good card. And again, these two are going to be the cards we're usually wanting to get back with our Miss All Sunday. So as you can see, we're a very board removal centric deck. Now I'm also trying out 2 copies of Dragon Twister Demolishing Wind. This is a new event counter from set 4, which gives your leader plus 4,000 power and then places a 1-cost low or lower character at the bottom of its owner's deck. So against decks like Zoro, can counter and also get a character off board. Also has a nice trigger to return a 6-cost or lower character to its owner's hand. So that's the deck. I kind of threw this together pretty quick, so I don't know how this is going to do. I did look at some other lists that had done well, so I think this one should do alright, but we're going to hop into the games and see how we do. Alright, we've got a game here against Queen. We are going to choose to go second. Now, like I said in the Queen video, I think Croc can actually do pretty okay into Queen. It was a deck we lost to the most, if I recall. So, we'll see how we do. Oh, turn 1 plays. So we're just going to pass back to our opponent. So they could play one of their blockers. I think we're just going to take this one. Got our Sasaki. And they're going to play their Doflamingo. To reorder those top 5 cards of their deck. All just things this deck wants to be doing. Stack their draws and then get themselves within range so they can start healing every turn. Next turn, we're probably gonna swing for 6 and then play the Sentomaru. We're gonna counter out now, which makes sense. We're going to counter out of this one with the Sasaki. And they're going to play a Sanji. Another Red Rock is good. And then we've got the Kaya. So here we can... I think we're going to swing 5. Hopefully that can't bottom our Sentomaru. Alright, Sentomaru can't attack, but that's fine. And we're gonna put 1 on there. Play our Pacifista. And I think we'll go ahead and play the Missile Sunday, even though we don't have any events. So on their 7-on turn now, see what they've got cooking up over there. They're going to be swinging with the Sanji, which we will take. One of our Pacifista. And another big swing with Queen. I think I will also take. So now we can run 8. So if we use 3 to get another Pacifista, that leaves us with 5. So let's go 5 at the Sanji. 7 at the Sanji. Block. Go 5 at the Sanji. To let it go. We'll play out another Pacifista and then play the Kuma. So still no events in trash, but I think that's okay. If we need to, we can block with the Kuma and play out the Pacifista. Got a nice wide board now. Let's just go ahead and probably going to see like a Mihawk, Yamato. Go ahead and give them a Kaya. If they want to get rid of it, they can use that. So yeah, they will use it on the Sentomaru, which is fine with me. And now we're in a great spot because we can use our Red Rock here. Now we've got an event in trash. We can and just swing some 7s here. Not got any blockers out of life yet. There's one. I think we'll just go 7 again. Take. Might have got a trigger there. And they bottom one of our Pacifista. I'm just going to go ahead and swing 5. They have to drop one of their blockers. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now. They've got no life. So they are going to bottom, and they will get to heal. I'm going to attack there. Just fine. Let's go ahead and bottom the Mihawk. I almost feel like we can afford to use the leader effect to bounce the blocker. And then we can swing 7. She'll take. And then 8 and hopefully get some cards. And that's just it. So not too bad there. GG's to my opponents. Like I said, when we can just keep getting red rocks, and we didn't even have to use our Missile Sunday. It's hard for the opponent to keep up as they do need to keep their high cost characters on the board. So I think Queen's got pretty bad matchup into Croc, but maybe I'm just poor at playing that matchup. So let's get another game. All right, we've got a Crocodile mirror, so this one could be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I feel like this is an okay hand. We've got our Sentomaru. We'll keep no turn one plays, which we expect. Either of us have turn one plays most of the time. Probably gonna see their own Sentomaru come down. They got the Doflamingo. Not running the Doflamingo in my particular build. So hopefully we can stick the Sentomaru this turn. Swing 6. Play the Sentomaru. And maybe they'll use something like a 3000 Worlds, which would be annoying, but not much we can do about that. We will take this one. I think I'll keep that in hand. And they've got their vanilla, which I'm not really afraid of. So I think we'll could trigger something if they take. But I think we will swing 5. No counter. We'll get out one of our Pacifista. Looks like we've got one in our life. And then we'll just play the Missile Sunday. So it looks like they might be running like an Impel Down package, which kind of like the idea of. I liked after in set 2 for a while, I was running a mono blue Doflamingo deck with a little Impel Down package in it. So like the Crocodile and Ivankov is just like a way for us to cheat out a couple. I think we'll use that. Just as a way to cheat out some 7k bodies. And then now, since we've got an event in trash, I can afford to use this and get it back. So that next turn we could even bottom the Croc, maybe. So they are going to bounce the Sentomaru. Trashing those two. So if we use 4... seems okay. Let's do it. Let's go bottom that. I don't think we need to play the Sentomaru here. Let's go 5 and 7, and then play. Well, could play the Sentomaru. Let's go ahead and play him. I don't see any point in running the Missile Sunday here. Next turn, we've got access to. Let him go. We've got access to the 10-drop. Could see a Mihawk here though, which would be annoying, though we do have the Red Rock. Mihawk could bottom that. Take it. I think this is a Mihawk. Yep. So let's just go ahead and bottom deck. And then just do a big swing at the Usopp Soga King. Don't give me 2/2Ks, that's fine. And then if they do next turn, maybe we can Mihawk it as long as they don't play anything else big. Or even Kato. They're just gonna drop down a Kato for the fun of it. Yep. Red Rock's pretty good. And then again, let's just see if they want to give us more cards. All right. So blue shouldn't have a rush unless maybe they're running some Usopp for some reason. Gonna do 9K, 10K. There's the Pacifista. I think we will just play Mihawk 26. We are in a little bit of a scary spot because I don't have any blockers or anything, and I don't have a lot of counter. So maybe next turn we play a Missile Sunday and the Pacifista. So they're just gonna red rock. Do just red rock. Huh. Good. This is a little awkward. So I think we will swing 6. They're gonna block. Get back to red rock, and then we're just gonna play these two. They have another Kato. Would suck. Probably get back one of the red rocks. If they attack, even if we can counter out, probably just get back a red rock. Definitely on the back foot here. Gonna be playing a Mihawk, bouncing 11. I think we kind of have to counter out. So I'm going to use that to target those two. Now we will go 5. Six. And then I will just bounce the Mihawk. We know they've got the Red Rock. But if they play the Red Rock, they've only got 2 Dawn. And then they're not going to have any way to kill us next turn. This might actually be good. You go I can play both. It's definitely going to be close. Definitely going to be close, but I think we need to go wide here. Let's get a blocker, actually. They're down to 6 Dawn, so they can't do anything too crazy. Use your leader effect 2 turns in a row. So, even though we've got nothing in hand, might not be the right call here. I do think I'm just gonna block it. I don't want to go to 0 because they can just bounce my blockers, and I don't have any counter in hand right now. So maybe they've got like another Red Rock, but if they're Red Rocking either of these, I think I'm okay with that. Next turn we could use Sentomaru and then just do some big swings if they don't get rid of it. If they do, kind of depends. So they are going to Red Rock the Sentomaru. And then they're going to bounce. Okay, so we've got another Sentomaru. So I think we can just do the same thing. What a crazy top deck, honestly. They're going to be so mad. So now I feel like we probably win. That was pretty good for them to top deck the Red Rock, though, so I feel like they can't complain too much. They've seen a lot of their removal. I think we take this one and hope to end. Okay, another Kato. Maybe a blocker. So let's just start with the leader effect. I guess we could have cheated on another Pacifista. That was a little dumb. Let's go. Okay, they left. All right, so I think that's a pretty good game there. Definitely, I think I should have just put the one on Sentomaru and cheated out another one just in case. But I probably would have just wound up attacking with the blocker anyways. So don't think it mattered too much. But that was a good one. Very close game. Definitely was on the back foot because my opponent was able to play their top end characters first. We were able to remove everything with red rocks and then kind of get momentum back with the Centimaros. So that is all I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely think Crocodile has a lot of potential into the set 4 format. Can struggle a little against some faster decks like Zoro and maybe even Law, but I think it's pretty well positioned into the other decks, so depending on what matchups you see, I think it is a good choice moving forward. Had a lot of fun playing it and definitely plan to do some more testing with it in the future. Again, I know I said it once at the beginning of the video, but as always, if you're enjoying the content, please consider liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. We are getting close to that 500 subscriber milestone, and it would mean a lot to me if we could get there. So I would really appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel if you're enjoying the content. If not, any suggestions on how I can improve, I'm more than open to. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I know I've got a long way to go as a content creator, but I do try and produce the best content that I can. So, as always, thank you again for watching. With that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.